Hello, my name is Barbara Gaynor, and I am the Youth Quality Improvement Specialist with the Department of Mental Health and Addiction, DMHA. The program we are talking about today is the Child Mental Health Wraparound Program regarding incident reporting. We are not talking about CMHI, Children's Mental Health and Initiative Program. Agenda topics that will be discussed in this presentation are: why do we need to report? Background information, what to report, how to report, follow-up reports, resolution of reports, overall responsibilities, and certificate of completion. What is an incident? An incident is an event that causes a disruption that requires a response. Why are incident reports required? Medicaid policies require DMHA and its authorized providers to report incidents that jeopardize the health, safety, and well-being of youth enrolled in the CMHW program. How did we get here? Incident reports have always been required. DMHA has changed reportable incident types mandated by Medicaid policies and are required to be reported. Incidents will happen. How you respond, report, and address the issue is what matters most. All CMHW providers are responsible for knowing what to report, when to report, how to report, what to expect or do after a report is made. Now, let's talk about reportable incident types. Sentinel incidents, critical incidents consist of seclusion, restraints, suicide attempts, and then we have DCS reports. Incident reports must be reported within 24 hours of the provider discovery of the incident. Critical incidents must be reported to DMHA within 72 hours of the provider's discovery of the incident. Let's look at the definition of the incident types. Sentinel incident is defined as a serious, undesirable occurrence involving the loss of life, limb, or gross motor function of a participant. Seclusion, involuntary confinement of youth in a room or area from which the youth is physically prevented from leaving. An example of this would be a school setting, calm down room. Restraint, manual method, physical or mechanical device, material or equipment that is used to immobilize, or medication that is used to restrict. Example of this is being restrained by police or a medical professional. Suicide attempt, act with intention to cause one's own death. DCS report, when there's a new allegation of abuse or neglect against a youth that is reported to DCS hotline. Non-reportable incident types that are no longer needed to be reported to DMHA. Elopement, medication error, serious injury, violation of rights, police response, emergency room visits, emergency mental health evaluation. However, all incidents must be monitored, discussed, and addressed within the Child and Family Team meeting, regardless of whether or not the incident is reported to DMHA. Remember, you are responsible for reading the CMHW program module, which is also considered the policy manual, as well as this webinar. CMHW program module contains some very important information. So make sure you read this manual. It contains recently announced policy changes and our updates. All incidents must be monitored, discussed, and addressed within the Child and Family Team meeting, regardless of whether or not the incident is reported to DMHA. How to complete an incident report. Go to dmha report.fssa.in.gov to make an initial incident report. I would like to give some tips for when you are completing the narratives and plan to resolve section. Remember your audience. Ask questions to determine all the facts, date, time, location, who was involved, what events led up to the incident. Describe the incident in sequence. Describe every person involved said and did. Describe what every person involved said and did, such as the youth, the parent, the police, DCS, etc. Be child specific. Describe injuries and or damage. Be specific about incidents involving restraints, seclusion, and reports made to DCS. Describe how the incident ended and or was resolved. When completing the initial incident report, make sure you complete the participant data section. This is where demographic information about the youth is listed, informed data, who was notified about the incident, reporting person or agency, who is making the report. Incident information describes what occurred and what actions were taken. When are follow-up reports required? Follow-up incident reports are determined by DMHA. They're required if the child's health, safety, and well-being is at risk. You have 30 days to complete the report. If there's an open DCS investigation, has the issue been addressed? What is the status of DCS? What is the status of the crisis plan? The RAP facilitators are the only persons responsible for writing and following up on an incident report. There should be only one incident report made. Where to find resources and the steps to complete an incident report follow-up in the TOBI system. These can be found in the TOBI system on the TOBI documentation. Always proofread before hitting the send. We want to ensure the information is accurate and legible. Resolution of incidents. DMHA determines that the incident is being addressed and our supports are in place to mitigate the situation. The choices we make are ultimately our responsibility. DMHA want to ensure providers are being diligent in following the policies. It's important that you know the information as it relates to incident reportings. Next steps. Remember to review the CMHW program module, which is our policy manual. Always read and print how-to guides for quick accessibility, to have them at your fingertip. How do you print the certificate that is in the presentation? You can use the snipping tool function and copy, or you can print the PowerPoint and retain the certificate of completion. Contact information: CMHW team, DMHA, Youth Services at fssa.in.gov. DMHA would like to thank you for taking the time to complete this training.